Hi, welcome to Thanks Academy. My name's Karina, and we watch all the Best Picture winners of all time. All of them, goddammit, even if they suck. But we do it in random order with random friends, and today's random friend is JT Kelley.
Shout out JT Kelley.
Shout out to JT Kelley wherever he is.
Shout out.
Yeah.
What's the movie called again?
It's called The Gentleman's Agreement.
The Gentleman's Agreement.
Which
I've made a lot of
I'm
those.
hoping it's about hookers.
Yeah, for sure.
So hoping. It's from 1947.
They didn't call them hookers then.
No, they called them dames.
Ah, dames. Oh, rendezvous woman. All right.
B-girls.
B-girls. I got the B-girls and the side girl.
But I have no idea if this is a comedy or a tragedy or just a very long, protracted contract negotiation.
I think legally every movie from like more than 50 years ago had to have every aspect. Like it had to have like comedy, narrative. You know what I mean? Had to be like a story where sad and good things happen and there's complex things.
Well, they hadn't invented genres yet, so how would they know what they're doing?
A movie just had to
be everything.
All of it. Yeah.
It is like post-war, so I don't know if there's going to be like war in it. But Gentleman's Agreement doesn't sound like World War II. The little I know about it, there's not a lot of...
There were no gentlemen involved there.
No.
There are no gentlemen in war, Karina.
I don't know, unless this is like Lenin and FDR or something.
Did they chat?
Or Stalin.
I imagine...
Was it Stalin?
Was Stalin friends with FDR?
Well, they had to like end the war, and they were friends on that sense.
Man.
Weren't they?
There was Stalin during World War II, and I'm sure at some point he had to have talked to FDR, right?
Yeah, because it was FDR, Stalin, and Churchill who got together in Paris and were like, all right, let's hash this out. And that's how we got like all the East and West shit. Like, you know, Russia got half for killing all of their people, and we got the other half for jumping in the game late.
How do we earn half again? Strength. Strength.
The bomb.
Yeah.
La Bamba.
Le Bamba, I believe.
Yeah.
It's interesting, you know? If I was there, you know I would have said?
You would have...
Chill. That's what everyone. Honestly, I would have sat at the table and, guys, chill, please.
I think they tried that. I do.
That sounds like a Stalin move.
I think from World War I to World War II was just like a good 20-year period of everybody going, okay, guys, chill.
Chill.
Just chill.
Except for one
jazz
guy.
music.
One guy was like, no, war.
No, jazz music. We have jazz now. We're okay. Chill. No. And then there was a war, and then there was this movie, which we don't know anything about. I don't even know. I'm hoping for Cary Grant, because he's my favorite.
I'm an Amy Grant fan, but I hope Carrie's in it too.
I don't think she was born yet.
Really?
But that would have been...
I feel like she's timeless like a vampire. She could be in any movie.
Well, let's look and see. Like, she may be called something else to keep the facade up. But let's try to find Amy Grant in this movie.
Look at this. It's Megan Grant.
Look, every heartbeat belongs to her. I wonder who that is. Oh, man, I can go deep on Amy Grant if you want to.
Are you an Amy Grant head?
I'm an Amy...
My dad is friends with her ex-husband and brings it up still. And when we talk about fame, he goes...
She's a Christian.
Yeah, no, I know. She's married more than once.
What?
I got news.
No.
Yeah, God forgave her. Here's the thing about being a Christian.
Did she have to release an album to get forgiveness?
How many albums did she release?
Only the one that I heard. I'm sure she put out like 5. I
remember my mom almost writing a letter to a radio station when I was younger because they stopped playing Amy Grant. And my mom was like, well, I just think it's foolish. I love it. Everyone loves Amy Grant. And was like, we have to write them a letter. There was some radio station in LA that was like, yeah, people don't like this as much anymore. We haven't talked to my mom.
But so they weren't playing it. It wasn't like a political thing. Like, we only play atheist music. It was more just like, people are tired of this.
Yeah, it was just, she realized, she's like, I don't really hear Amy Grant on the radio. I used to hear her anymore. I think it might have even been a Christian station, too.
Right, but even, new music.
Yeah, DC Talk was down at the time.
That's right. Oh, man, that is way post Amy Grant.
Oh, well, see, I'm a DC Talk kid.
Yeah,
I grew up DC Talk, Jars of Clay, Audio Adrenaline.
You're younger than I am, yes.
Yeah, the good Christian music.
Oh, no, I'm Michael W. Smith, Amy Grant.
The classics, if you will.
The classics, the Michael Bolton era.
That was the Jesus Freak era.
Yeah.
That's back when they were still calling themselves Jesus Freaks, right? Put like 80s and 90s, early 90s.
I don't know. I'm Catholic. We didn't have any kind of freaks allowed.
Unless
they were wearing a robe, hey?
Yeah, you have to pretend to be boring if you want to be a Catholic.
Yeah. No, our youth group, like, the wild part about it was that we got pizza.
Oh. Yeah. I remember we did at Protestant youth groups. Did you guys have lock-ins?
No, but we had retreats and cabins. We probably had lock-ins for certain chosen children. Yeah,
I'm sure a lot of kids got locked in.
But I was not locked in. No.
Thank God. We had this one lock. Here's the thing: is I think every Protestant kid I know got molested too. right?
Sure.
But not by any, like, authority figure that we can now demonize. It was just like, yeah, that dude Drew and Hawthorne.
I think what the Catholic Church has on the Protestants, once again, is a strong, centralized power structure that can cover up any scandal and make it 50 times worse.
Hey,
Yeah.
if there's anyone here that respects strong power structures, it's your boy. And I see that and I go, that is good organization.
I mean, that's the first one. That's the oldest.
Yeah,
they've
been
doing the OG.
3,000 years, 2,000 years, something like that?
2,000.
Because Jesus was 2,000 years ago.
Let's not give him a
in
head
the year of our
start.
Lord.
Although, if you count the continuity with the sort of the Pharisees and all that, you go back into the... We could probably give him a couple more 100 years.
I planned on it, yeah.
20,
I always try
300?
I always try to, like, pillow my numbers when I'm talking about Catholics.
Good, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for the pillows.
Yeah, I try to cush that.
Oh, man. Maybe this will be about the Catholic Church. Maybe it's like Spotlight, the original.
Amy Grant, Stalin, Catholic Church, any of these people I'd be very excited to see.
This would be great, but it's probably going to be what we don't want to watch. What would you not want to see?
The biggest bummer for a gentleman's agreement would just be like two dudes playing golf, talking like politics the whole time, and it's like some smart heady thing.
Got it. Golf
You know what
and
I mean?
politics.
That's what my worst case scenario is, like two boring dudes that are just like doing boring dude stuff because it was an art film.
It's
you know?
a My Dinner with Andre kind of thing, except broy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Exactly. What's your worst case?
Definitely, if this is a period piece about a period that I don't give a shit about. Because I've had to deal with that a lot lately. So if this is going to go back to, like, I don't know, the Italian Renaissance and the gentleman's agreement is between two Medicis I couldn't care less about, and there's no sex, drugs, or rock and roll. It's just a lot of talking and wearing weird costumes. I'm going to be really mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be really mad.
I would be too. I think any period that isn't now, I'm bored of. You know what I mean?
Well, at least I don't think it'll be now, because it was made in 1947. But if it could be the now of 1947, I'm down with that.
Wow, that's a really fun way to think about history. It's called the now, but of 1947. Yeah, girl, I smoke. Yeah, girl, heard.
All right, let's look at this with fresh eyes. Here we go. Gentlemen's agreements.
I thought it was gonna be like dun 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 dun
Yeah.
dun 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 dun.
That wouldn't have been invented yet. Gregory Peck.
Drums.
Laura Z. Hobson. Do you think she wrote the novel, or she just owns this movie?
I doubt a woman owns a movie in the 40s.
Okay, which one's Amy Grant? I'm gonna go with Jane Wyatt.
I'm gonna go with Anne Revere.
Okay, we'll have a fight.
Wow, a lot of people in the opening credits.
Ransom. That's a name.
Yeah, these are all pseudonyms.
He was constantly getting kidnapped. Yeah.
Bidnai, that's a good name.
Yeah, it is a good name.
Bidnai.
Succinct. Yeah.
Harmon Jones. Interesting. That's a fake name.
That is.
That's a fake name.
Daryl Zanuck, I feel like he's somebody. Oh, Elia Kazan. Hey, look, it's a commie.
Is that a person you know?
He was blacklisted for being a communist.
And this is directed by him?
Yeah.
Good. Stand up, Kazan. Keep it up.
He did,
Is this Sacramento?
No.
The city?
No, that's not Sacramento. That's probably New York.
Has the same skyline, I swear.
Well, 1947 New York was basically Sacramento.
1940s New York is a current Sacramento.
Yeah.
Could not agree more. Politically, too. It's the same thing. I saw a union get beat up on live TV the other day.
There's so much of it. Do you think we'll live here all the time, Doc?
Want to?
Sure, I like it. Why do we always live in California?
Oh, I was born there, got married there, just went right
See,
over
they just
there.
came from Sacramento.
Seamless exposition, too.
No. I was here by myself once for 3 days. You still think of it, Tommy?
Sort of. Not all the time.
Uh-oh.
Just sometimes.
What's he talking about? California or something else?
I hope this is his son, right?
Yeah.
You like being my traveler, buddy? you like taking little trips in the 40s with me?
Come on, we gotta go get to work selling these suitcases.
I like the kindness way. The kindness is you're getting tougher.
You wait in the car and load the gun. I'll go into the bank.
She does she? Any more complaints from Grandma?
She says you're too picky and choosy.
All right, well, there's a grandma.
Where are we going?
He's at least an uncle. Gotham.
Oh, shit, is this a Batman thing?
I hope so. God, if this is a Batman movie,
Gotham
and people
Racing?
forgot that Batman won Best Picture,
Wow. If that's the twist on that,
that'd be awesome. Is that Rockefeller
What's
Center?
he supposed to be doing?
That's
Statue
Atlas.
of Atlas, Tom. He's carrying the world on his shoulders.
Simple, Karina.
Yeah?
I believe Atlas was the man that had to push the Earth up a hill while it continued to roll back as his punishment for jumping out of Zeus's head,
Nope.
fully born.
That's Sisyphus.
We actually have a
Sisyphus
Sisyphus problem in Austin right now. It's up like 80%. For real. I got tested last week. I recommend.
Better than an Atlas problem.
I don't do Atlas play.
Point somewhere and I'll fuck it.
I told Poppy to get tougher time to have around the house, too.
How much are shoes in New York?
Better give her $10.
What's that test called that like smart people do about movies where it's like when women are on the screen,
Bechdel test.
the Bechdel test. Do you do these for these movies?
I haven't yet.
Mr. Minnick, you always tell you what to write. Don't you ever think up what to write yourself?
You know which movie passes
Usually I'm
on
just-
flying colors?
What?
National Treasure.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm usually just counting the number of women to see if I can get more than 2.
So the reason I thought of it, because I thought, a woman. I thought in the 40s? Are you giving her talking roles?
In the gentleman's agreement, this was mistitled.
Reception room, 6th floor, right in there.
Go to Shraft's. That place looks fun.
Also, this was in the time where each lobby just had a dude that you could go up and talk to. That's why old people bother me when I'm places. Excuse me, do you know where that... No, shut up. Shut up. Stalin.
There he is.
Here he is, Amy Grant working to register. Stalin out there checking his notes.
Is that Saddam? I think that's actually Saddam.
Telegram for Mr. Feldman.
I know enough about international politics to say, was Saddam born then? I don't know either.
Thank you. Mr. Minnick is expecting you.
Mr. Herman will call me.
Janet,
Oh, there's Amy Grant.
or Mr. Minnick.
Wow, all those Amy Grants kind of
There's
look
a
the
lot of Amy
same.
Grants, yeah.
Yes,
They all have the same hair.
just a moment.
Amy Grandson really only had one option.
Yep. Curly.
Curly. But the bottom part curly. Top part kind of straight.
I hope she's okay. Does her ex-husband report back on how she's doing?
After
dad?
after the divorce,
Yes.
my dad stopped talking to him.
Mr. Minnick is
He was totally, oh my god.
heartbroken.
My dad was in it for the grant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He tells this story where one time they went to In-N-Out together.
Oh, wow.
And he goes, and I just sat there. Me, Amy, Steve, and Amy was just like a real person. He asked me about my job and my work.
had slits.
Come in.
She ate with her tongue flies out of the sky.
Where are we? Okay, he's having a meeting. We've gotten to a meeting. That's Scott.
Sit down.
This is the gentleman's agreement.
Here comes the plot.
Yeah.
Your way around? Almost. Good. Mother and kid like New York? Oh, fine. I like the
These are their acting voices. That's why they're talking like this. No one actually talked like this.
Getting to know people here.
I'm gonna pop those subtitles on because
Fix that up right
Can't
away.
understand a damn word they're saying. Couldn't agree more.
Having some people. A couple girls and some people. Thanks. Some of the time. Nonsense. I won't ask you another time. Here's the address.
wait, what? He just came here to get an address for girls?
He said he kind of just told this guy he has to come over for dinner and he's inviting girls for him.
Okay.
That's a gentleman's agreement.
Mm-hmm.
There. Because I'm going to talk to you
Well, that's the idea.
for about an hour.
Oh, he's gonna talk for a
Jesus.
fucking hour.
It's half the movie. Maybe 2.
Maybe 2. It's a 2-hour movie.
Oh, good. They cut.
They're just gonna come back and they're both naked in bed. How was that conversation for you, young chap?
Well, first of all, it only lasted 5 minutes, so false advertising.
A gentleman's agreement is just agree not to admit they're gay. That's the gentleman's agreement in the 40s.
Possibly, yeah.
I had a gentleman's agreement with my friend at work.
It'd be great if this is about closeted gay men of the 40s.
It's made by a communist, so it might be.
Maybe.
All communists are gay. That was the reason they hated them in the 40s.
Don, I read everything he ever wrote.
Dinner.
Dinner?
Dinner.
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 Guys, dinner?
Dinner.
Dinner!
Fucking breakfast?
Wait, what? All this hype for dinner?
No, we can come to the table. Put away.
What is this woman's role? Do we know? Is she just like some sort of helper?
Grandma.
Oh, okay. She's a young grandma. None of my business. Sorry, none of my business.
Not that young, not that young.
Oh. So he wants me to do a series on anti-Semitism.
It's like, what's there to say?
You don't? I'm not. I.
I'm for it.
This guy's just like, I love Semitism.
It's like beating your head against a concrete wall.
That's plaster. Don't forget.
Also, statistics and protest about anti-Semitism. Isn't that what he's supposed to be learning?
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like he's stuck there, too. He'd be just the one, though.
He's the one Jew, you know. That's what.
That's
he's
exactly. We just the
It's a
one.
new tack. So far, I've been digging into facts and evidence. I sort of ignored feelings.
Such a
How must a
man.
fellow like Dave feel about this thing?
Good, Phil.
Over and above what we feel about it, what must a Jew feel about this thing?
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Wow, that just occurred to you?
Wow. Wait, Jewish people might not like being hated or victimized.
No wonder you're a famous journalist.
I wonder if he knows about the Holocaust yet.
What Dave feels now. Indifference, outrage, contempt would be the feelings of Dave, not only as a Jew, but the way I feel as a man, as an American, as a citizen.
Oh my god, did
Did
he
he
just
just-
relate with a Jewish person for the first
I
time?
think he did. I think he just realized he's also a dude.
I'm sure in the 40s people were like, what a great man.
He's really Einstein here.
He's just typing, Jews have feelings, Jews have thoughts, Jews have lives and life's not like mine.
Dear Dave, give me the lowdown on your guts when you hear about rank and calling people cunts. How do you feel when you hear about Jewish kids getting their teeth kicked out by Jew haters in New York City?
You know, maybe ask him how he's doing first.
For real, don't lead with that.
Don't lead with the K word, bro.
Yeah, shalom, bro. It's me from New York, the dude that's never thought about Judaism, but now is in charge of writing a paper about it.
Will you do it for me?
You get started, I don't want to depress the whole family.
Hey, maybe you're in New York. You could probably find another Jewish dude to talk to.
Anyway, remind me I owe Dave
This is back in the 40s when there's only one Jewish dude in New York, and his name was
Name's
David.
Dave.
He traveled internationally. David, the international Jew of New York.
Wait, was this King David? What?
He's
He's
a-
a dicker? That's some slang that nobody uses now.
Alright, I dicker. Dicker down, dude. Piper down, yeah. Dicker down, piper down. Well, yeah, I use that. I'm young.
Well, at least you wrote that letter.
Captain David Goldsman.
David Goldman's not even Jewish. Just assuming because of his name.
Your brisks, your parties. I'm Italian, sir. Please,
Dude.
please. I was adopted.
I'm not practicing.
Of course, you're not practicing. You perfected the Jew shit. Now tell me about it.
Well,
Oh, oh, I'm someone's grandma. Oh, I'm getting dicked down.
Your heart, it seemed like your heart.
Wait.
yep, just
Okay,
water.
for the listeners, he was like in bed, sweaty as per usual, because that's my guy. And then we hear a chick moaning, and it's his mom.
No.
And he just brought her water. I would never enter my mom's room in the middle of the night, even if she's moaning. No, bro, especially if she's moaning.
Man, they really knew how to deal with a heart attack back then, huh? Here, have some water.
Have some water, and I'll grab your arm for a bit and feel real close to your face.
No, heart.
They don't even call it doctor; they call it a heart man.
Where can we find a doctor?
No,
This is
call
gonna
a
take
hot
me
man.
a week to figure it out.
It's gonna find a doctor.
Wait, I knew a doctor in the army. Oh, but he's still in Germany. I'll write him a letter.
He's out there with David Goldman right now.
He's probably the only doctor in the world.
Him and the Jew traveling around the world together.
Wait a minute. The doctor is the Jew. Dave's a doctor.
The Dr. David Goldman.
Oh my god. What a useful person. We should watch a movie about him.
Oh, an electric juicer? That's awesome.
Hell yeah.
40s.
You'll die someday, Tom.
Whoa.
Wow, he does not sugarcoat with this kid.
Some Jews are evil. Your mother will die one day. Love might be fake, and it might be a series of orgasms and connections you make through your life.
I'll bet we can run this place between us.
They're already making plans for when she's fucking dead.
When we're into the house.
Oh my god.
Scared last night myself.
I guess World War II messed people up.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Also,
Yeah, death comes for us all.
his mom's out of the picture.
That might
clearly.
be death at the door right now.
There it is. Either death or one of them Jews I mailed out to.
Here, cook yourself breakfast. There's a hot stove and a cast iron skillet. Don't fuck up.
Don't forget, death is imminent. Look, he's just picking up different kitchen things, being a little boy.
It's not a bad idea. Now what are you gonna do? Oh, I'm glad we get to watch this.
Oh, he smiled when he broke the egg into the pan.
People with hearts outlive everyone else.
Oh,
Wait, that's a weird fact. People with hearts outlive everyone else. Yes, people without hearts not so good at living.
people with no eyes can hardly see.
People with noses smell better than anyone else in the whole world.
People who dislike this mustache are normal. That was okay. So I thought it was just French people, but apparently in the 40s,
Yep.
Americans had the type of mustache that looked like you just got something on your upper lip and you never cleaned it off.
Look like Hamlet. I feel wonderful.
Don't cry.
Oh, this was when Hamlet was still airing.
Ever know me when I didn't?
Still airing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesdays at 8 on CBS.
Good. So do I. Tommy, get off all right?
Tommy, get off all right.
I'll be up tomorrow. Yes, sir.
Fixed his own breakfast. He fried an egg and then didn't know what to do with it right away.
Hey, he took care of himself. He's a man now, okay? You might buy.
I've already told him he's head of the household because you're about to go and I'm going to kill myself. Oh, wait, what's he talking about?
Into a coal miner's heart, I was a miner.
Are you fucking your mom's brain up? She's already sick.
So here's the smart thing. Here's what happened. I was paying attention.
Oh, thank you.
When he was writing about coal mining, he went and became a coal miner. So I'm really hoping his solution here is becoming a Jew. Become a Jew.
I got it. I believe the idea of the Angles is the way. It's the only way.
Oh my god.
I'll be Jewish.
Yeah, shalom, my guy. Welcome.
What's that movie with like the blackface where like somebody like decides to be? It's called like Black Like Me or something. It's from the 80s where like somebody decides to like live like a black person.
I know exactly what you're thinking.
I think this is what he's gonna do. That he's gonna do.
6 months.
Oh man,
6 months to work on.
he's
one
gonna
story?
do Jew face.
He's gonna do Jew face.
Can we say that? I
don't
feel
know if
like
that's
Jew
a
face
thing.
is really. I feel like
Feels terrible.
saying Jew face felt bad.
Close, I can just tell him I am. It's simple as that.
It'll work. It'll work fine, Phil.
Wow.
Yeah, Doc. I sure. So is Dave.
Oh my god, everything's about Dave.
Only Jewish man.
No mannerisms, neither is Dave.
No accents, no mannerisms.
You know. You know how Jews usually get that little limp wrist.
Be anything. Phil Green. Oh,
Wow, he's really excited about being Jewish. Wait till his mom tells him he is Jewish.
Wait, what? The best medicine she's gonna have is her son pretending to be Jewish for attention?
Well, because he really is. She just hasn't had the heart to tell him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's the twist.
Have Kathy come over here.
How'd you know I wasn't going to phone Minifee?
Who's Menifee?
Nobody phones a magazine editor with that look on his face.
God.
Isn't Menifee like a slut from the Bible?
So wait, they have spent the entire first act establishing how bad he is at lying and how like every thought is etched on his face, and now he's gonna go and just lie about being Jewish for 6 months? That seems like a bad
That's
idea.
a really good point.
I
That
don't know if
was.
he's cut out for this.
Oh, look how she's touching him and they're holding hands so quickly. I want to feel love like
I
that.
think they got married.
Did they really?
No.
Oh.
This seems like a terrible idea.
This feels like a plot to something now that would be like, uh-oh.
I don't like how we're supposed to worry about him and care about him because he's not Jewish and he's choosing to be. Like, well, why don't we just worry about? Why don't we have just a Jewish main character?
Wow, you just realized what he realized earlier, which is like Jewish people are capable of their own stories and lives.
No. I'm just saying that we could have just had a Jewish main character, and this would have gotten to the point a lot faster.
Just write an article on anti-Semitism. Is it real? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
I'll go home and bang it out in 30 minutes.
I have 15 fucking drafts.
This just seems like an elaborate way for the magazine to like get to the heart of the anti-Semitism issue
They
and
were
still
clearly
not pay a Jew.
Yeah. They were the BuzzFeed of their time.
Yeah. Is he claiming that he was pretending to be Jewish so hard that he felt insulted by her like comments?
He's pretty much a real Jew now. Jewish man. Not Jew guy.
Jeez.
Pretty much a real Jew guy. Don't say Jesus. Don't act like I said it hatefully.
I'm gonna have to bleep half this podcast.
Yo, if you bleep something I say after Jew or before Jew, it's gonna sound horrible.
I know.
if I say Jew guy and you just bleep guy, and so if I'm saying, oh, you saying Jew, boop.
I'm gonna do it.
The party's When you take the 3 o'clock train, and I'll be waiting for you at the station.
And don't wear a yarmulke or any of that bullshit, please.
Like, just seriously, just tone it down. Like, you can just tell people.
He
Hi, baby. Oh, Kathy.
shows up with the sideburns and everything.
He just walks out with a circumcised dick hanging out of his pants.
He walks in, throws his foreskin on the table.
Oh, well, I've done it.
Why is circumcising so popular in the United States if we're anti-Semitic? We're the only country still doing it.
I don't know.
Jewish people invented it, right?
Well,
Comedy, circumcision, brisket. How could you not respect them at this point?
I don't know about invented, but adhered to it for religious purposes, yeah.
God invented it, obviously. Yahweh.
God is a woman, yeah.
Yahweh, so yeah, God's a woman. Cut off your dick.
Cut it all
The
off.
proof the God of the Old Testament's a woman.
Yep, the Jews invented the part where they just, like, got off on a technicality.
What's a piece then? A piece of it then.
Yeah. Oops, I didn't get it all.
Whoops!
I guess we get to repopulate.
What won Best Picture last year?
Shape of Water.
I didn't see that.
Frozen was
Is that the one where
a
they
couple
like
years ago. It's the fish
fuck a
one.
fish or something?
Yeah, that's what I haven't seen it either, but that's what they say.
American Sign Language was my first language, so people would bring that movie up to me as if I'd go see it, and I was like, yeah, I don't try to go see sign language movies.
Oh yeah, it's sort of like they treat me like you're Jewish, huh?
Oh my gosh, this movie's about me, but with death.
You did pretend to be deaf.
I did pretend to be deaf once.
Oh my god, they nailed you. This is just the JT Kelley story
This is
with money in
beautiful.
it.
Oh yeah, if I had money. JT with a real job. Imagine if JT wasn't a loser, and a widow, and handsome.
And a widow.
Widower? What are boy widows called?
I'm to turn up
Warlocks.
for an hour.
Gentlemen's agreement when you
Ding! Said the name.
Kathy, you can't.
She's secretly anti-Semitic too. Dang.
I'm not gonna fight it, Kathy.
She's like that Phil Ox song. You know what I'm talking about?
Give in.
Yep.
Play along. Just let their idiotic rules stand.
I don't play along. But what can one person do?
You're gonna tell them to go jump in the lake. Or
Yes,
maybe
that's true. That's what one person
Into
can
this
do.
movie, this is gonna be full Antifa. He's gonna wear a ski mask and everything, being like, "We gotta bust the fascists, bash
Molotov
back."
cocktails at Chase Bank, and yeah.
Listen, I broke this Starbucks because I hate anti-Semitism.
You can't take over the whole world. You know I'm on Dave's side.
No, I'm not on Dave's side or any side except against their side.
Okay,
Kathy,
well,
do
that
you
is
or don't you
Antifa.
believe?
You're just anti one thing, then, sir.
Tom, will you please? Kathy and I are talking.
But Dad, I'm bleeding.
He did get beat up, huh?
Of course. Saw that coming a mile away.
What's the matter? You have a fight?
Did you have?
Arguing with one of the guys?
They call me a dirty Jew. And a stinking sight. Darling, it's not true. It's not true. You're no more Jewish than I am.
No, not the
whoa,
thing you should.
wow,
No, no,
Jesus,
Kathy.
that's- Yeah, okay, well.
Come with me, Tom. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that was kind of a mistake, Kathy. I'm kind of with him on that one.
Yeah, that's kind of lame. I mean, look how far he's come from some Jews are evil to now he's like,
Yeah.
all right, Rose City Antifa has the strongest case against the Proud Boys.
You wipe the tears off your face because even if we're pretending to be Jewish, we're still men. We don't show emotions.
We're Jewish, not pussies. Don't forget that.
They tried the heart attack.
I
remedy.
got in trouble at Awanas. You know Awanas?
Juanas?
It's like a Christian camp thing. It's like a Christian youth group thing called Awanas.
Okay.
And I got into a fight, and my mom was proud of me that I won, and my dad cried in front of me for fighting.
No Jew could play with them. And they all yelled those other things.
The school said because he was a dirty Jew. They said dirty Jew, I'm quoting.
Father has a long curly beard and turned it around. Why did they? Why?
Well, because I'm about to grow a long curly beard.
What makes of this?
It's whiskey. Makes you a man.
Do you want to tell them that you weren't really Jewish?
No.
That's good. there's a lot of kids just like you, Tommy, who are Jewish and decided it would be sort of admitting that there was something bad in being Jewish and something swell in that.
They wouldn't fight. They just ran.
Cowards.
There's a lot of grown-ups just like that too, Tom. Only they do it with wisecracks instead of yelling.
Also, the way worse thing that just happened. In 1947, the way worse thing that just happened to Jewish people.
They're sort of dancing around that. Yeah.
Yeah, they also yell at Jewish people. Yeah, what about that
They do it
really
with-
bad thing?
They do it with wisecracks and gas chambers.
You know, those two equal things. I think propaganda like this is the reason my mom only likes movies about, like, white people solving other problems. You know, like the teacher in black schools. Like, if my mom saw this, she'd be like, oh, I get it. I love Jews. Thank you for that white man for teaching
I
me
would
that.
totally have stepped up and done something.
A man wants his wife to be more than just a companion, Gabby.
He wants a comrade in arms to fight fascism.
You see, to be a wife, Kathy, you've got to be better than a normal person. You've got to be a woman. You've got to be perfect in all ways possible. You've got to be beautiful and competent and exactly in lockstep with his politics. You have to fight back against your friends at every turn. And you have to listen to him, Kathy. Really listen to him when he tells you anything, especially if it's critical.
Alienate the people in your life you now realize are wrong thanks to your husband's genius.
You have to give up your property, your right to vote. You've got to really just...
Unless you hate Jews.
Yeah, otherwise, you're just as bad as all of them.
Can I?
Turns to the camera. Can you? The end.
Have to be more than talk.
Okay.
Dang, they're really gonna go out and fight racism together, huh?
I think they just started a superhero team,
Where they both pretend to be Jewish forever.
except he's Jewish.
What?
Oh, no, I thought you meant her.
Oh, I thought
officer.
another twist. No, of course the officer's
Now,
Jewish.
don't scold, Phil. I couldn't sleep, so I
Hey,
sleep
Phil,
with
you
the
know I'm
door
dying of
open.
cancer. Maybe don't smoke in here?
You're dying of cancer still here. Have some nicotine, it helps.
Yeah. Calm your throat.
What? Okay, he kisses his mom on the lips so much.
Yeah, just...
I think maybe I'd rather...
Don't defend it. Don't be, no, it's good to kiss mother on the lips.
Father could have read this film.
Mother loves little kisses on the lips. Tender little kisses on the lips. What mother loves.
It's fine.
Like this.
I kiss my kids on the lips. It's fine.
My mom always tries. It's a weird mom thing. No disrespect. My mom does the same thing. Okay?
The job
Okay.
is filled.
I'm 25 and my mom still says, "Can I get a kiss on the lips?" No, mom. No.
I knew the rage that
You use tongue.
the young child was shaken and dazed. From that moment, I saw an unending attack by adults on kids of 7 and 8, 10 and 12.
But not 9 and
Adolescent
11.
boys and girls trying to get
15,
jobs,
13,
education,
8 and 6.
Because we all know who really did 9 and 11.
They, those patient, stubborn men who argued and wrote and fought and came up with the Constitution and the Bill of Rights,
And the 3/5 rule.
they knew that the tree is known by its fruit. That
Strange
injustice
fruit.
corrupts the tree. But its fruit withers and shrivels and falls at last to that dark ground of history where other great hopes have rotted and died. For equality and freedom remain still the only choice for wholeness and soundness in a man or in a nation.
That's pretty good shit. Good job, Moss.
Your father would have liked to have you say that, Phil.
Not enough of us realize it, Law. Time's getting short. Not enough people, and time's running out.
Is he going to start talking about global warming now?
No, not just Kathy. All the Kathys.
God, there's so many Kathys in his backlog.
That was the
See his
Beckys of the
Rolodex.
40s. I'm like 16 Kathys deep.
Kathy with the good hair, you know what I'm saying?
I want to be around to see what happens. The world is stirring in very strange ways. Maybe this is the century for it.
That's
Maybe
another
why it's so tough.
weird way to talk about the Holocaust.
They haven't mentioned that huge thing that happened.
Well, everybody was kind of embarrassed.
Will be the American century after all, or the Russian century, or the atomic century. Wouldn't it be wonderful, Phil, if it turned out to be everybody's century?
Ugh,
People all over the world, free people,
man.
found a way to live together.
Definitely
Yeah,
made by a
that'd be great.
communist.
Yeah.
I'd like to be around to see some of that, even if you can.
even the beginning.
I may stick around for quite a while.
Door closes is actually like the way saying has heart attack.
The doctor comes up. Well, declared dead. Put her in a box. It's me, David Goldman, the doctor.
I'm also a lawyer.
Also a lawyer. And a notary.
Hello? Mr. Case. Dave Goldman home. I'm sorry to call you at this late hour, but I can take that job. I'm bringing my family from California immediately. I've got a house. Thanks. So am I.
He get the cottage? He got the cottage.
He got the freaking cottage.
She didn't want to go in that cottage.
All summer, her sisters. And if anybody dishes anything out, she'll be right there to dish it back.
I guilted her into it.
Yes. I think I'll stick around for a long time.
Well, I
The
mean,
movie ends with them dedicating themselves to like anti-Semitism
yeah.
struggle.
So just Semitism?
Is that Semitism
I
struggle?
have no idea.
The Struggle of the Semite by Phil Greensberg.
How much more is he gonna get back with Kathy? Because
On society, revolution, and socialism.
I'm pretty sure
By the
that
Jew.
Not Kathy was down. Like, what's he doing?
I would have gone with not
I would
Kathy
go
for
with Not
sure, right?
Kathy. Yep.
No disrespect to Kathy.
Kathy's alright, but like
She's just kind of racist.
she was kind of a warm-up girl. Good to not Kathy.
I love warm-up girls.
Mm-hmm.
Practice girl, if you will.
Yeah, that's fucking Kathy.
She looks beautiful just in the daytime, just hanging out. That's how gorgeous she looks.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to see them kiss all rough again.
I'm here because he did something nice for Dave. It's all about Dave. Le end. Alright, so the gentleman's agreement is that we all agree that you can get away with being Jewish if you just say so.
Yeah, we agree with you can just... Hey, you know what, Karina?
You can just say it.
I'm Jewish.
Okay. You know, your dad said it, so...
Yeah, he really did. It's not a bit. I kind of forget that sometimes. And I'm like, I thought I was Jewish till I was in high school.
Well, you know, Judaism really passes through the mother, so it wasn't his call.
Yeah,
But,
you're right.
you know, nice try. So, okay, this movie was woke as fuck.
It's so woke, especially for the 40s. It's because the communists made it, man. They were all about that.
Yeah, I mean, the other Elia Kazan movie that we watched for this podcast was On the Waterfront, which was like a super pro-labor movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look into this guy because
he
like
did East of Eden, he did...
East of Eden's a fantastic.
Splendor in the Grass, he did... what was the other big one that he did with James Dean? Anyway, he got blacklisted. He was the most famous person to get blacklisted by McCarthy.
Yeah?
For being communist.
Wild.
Yeah, so, like, you know, you should know a lot about him.
Yeah, I mean, who did he kill, right?
Nobody.
So I won't Google him. So I like the wild one.
So you're just like the main character of this movie. You're like, you know, guns up or shut up.
Talk about it, be about it. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, put your fist where your mouth is.
All right, so
So here's what's surprising. Yeah, so plot, journalist.
Journalist gets assigned a story on anti-Semitism, and he's like, I don't know anything about Jews. Let me call my Jewish friend.
It's because he can't get in contact with his Jewish friend at first that he's like, well, you know what? I guess I'll just be Jewish.
I'll just pretend to be Jewish.
And it's because, that's right, when he was working on his coal mining thing, he pretended to be a coal miner.
Yeah.
And then just connected to where he was like, actually, I'll Jew-face this whole thing.
Yes, he did not see the difference between getting a job and assuming a religious identity that is the subject of severe discrimination temporarily. But nevertheless, it all works out for him because he's not Jewish. He's a white male Christian protagonist whose choices and words are all accurate and correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. So his whole job in this whole movie is to be a completely stick-in-the-mud, super woke, progressive liberal guy, and everybody has to fall in line with him.
Yeah.
That's the part I didn't like.
So,
plot.
That's the thing I didn't like, too, is that, like, this guy kind of just does what I don't know. I'm a white dude, too, so I get it.
Yeah.
That, like, him just figuring out, like, what was right and what was wrong on, like, a very surface level, like, racism isn't just words, it's a series of, like, actions and series of, like, powers and a distribution of power and the use of that power.
Yep.
That's racism towards Judaism.
Yeah.
so is pretending to be a Jewish guy, though, and they don't even
Yes,
mention it.
I know, and it's like the lesser of two evils in the movie, and I guess I'll kind of like give him that as like one dude pretending to be Jewish for 8 weeks is less evil than like restrictive
And here's the
housing
thing,
clauses.
we could do that bit now, and I'd still be. I loved Borat. You know what I mean? I was a huge Borat fan. He was Borat of the 40s.
Oh, and then there's the movie Guys Like Us, and then there's the movie
White Chicks.
Well, I don't think White Chicks made have political points.
That director was blacklisted too.
Was he?
He was also a world renowned. You know who made that movie?
No.
Trotsky.
He wasn't blacklisted. He was sent to South America. That's, I guess, the same thing. Anyway, so whatever. Woke reporter guy does fall in love with the publisher's niece, and she's the one who thought of this whole like let's write about anti-Semitism thing.
But
so
like
they run around as like comrades
because it's a cultural thing.
Yeah.
It's just like it is now,
Yep.
where it's like, hey, hating Jews is lame, right?
Yeah.
Even though we're going to allow all this racism around.
We're not going
us.
to do shit about it except for maybe write on our blog.
Yes.
And let's go get the best blog writer in the world to do it. And he's like, you know what? I'm going to go the extra mile and do something that people will find offensive in about 5 years. But it'll still be groundbreaking journalism.
People are going to find offensive in about 5. I'm sure it was offensive to Jews then. I'm sure in 47 Jewish people were like, oh, really, Phil? God.
Well, the fact that it was...
Do you know what just happened? Do you know what just happened?
Here's what I liked about the movie is that, and I think this is probably a factor of having people behind the camera who know what the hell they're talking about. The actual Jewish people in the movie, the actual Jewish characters in the movie, are much more eloquent and sensible and inspiring and actually educate. Like I learned some stuff from that one professor guy that they go up to the Einstein stand-in when he's talking about like
that was clearly Einstein. Yeah,
it's clearly supposed to be Einstein. And he was
it.
just like, "Hey, my crusade is I'm going to just like you can't prove I'm Jewish. I don't do the religion anymore. There's no such thing as a race, so I'm not a Jew." And then he like flips it back around. He said, "But because that's seen as a better thing than being a Jew, I have to stay a Jew to fight the fight, and so I can't do my crusade until there's no more anti-Semites, and then I can stop being Jewish."
And the
I was like, that's a cool... he's explaining that to a man who's just like basically like, well, I'm just pretending for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Wow. You got slam dunked.
The first Jew they introduce is saying... He's like, I guess, an Uncle John, because that's the Uncle Tom of Judaism. He's Uncle Johnny, and he's like, don't talk about it. Anti-Semitism, he's the first Jew.
Yes.
He goes, we take care of it ourselves.
Yeah,
and
Irving somebody, yeah.
I don't mean to be, super over-analytical, but you can tell that he is, like, a very, very rich man.
No, because he's on the board of the magazine or whatever.
Yeah, and so, like, I feel like immediately is introduced as, like, the rich, the ruling class guy that's Jewish is like, don't worry about it, we'll figure it out ourselves.
Yep.
While, like, the scientist and the soldier are like, no, it's a battle. Like, this is something that is continuously to be faced in my everyday life. While the rich man's like, it exists in the crackpots of the world.
When we bring it up, that's when things seem to get bad.
Yeah.
And they also managed, in 1947, to make this entire movie about anti-Semitism without once mentioning the Holocaust.
That
not even referencing.
Happened.
They only referenced World War II one time.
What was the reference?
And it was at the very end when the officer talks about how, like, that was my chance to fight back.
Yeah, to kill Nazis.
But
the people that did the Holocaust.
He doesn't say Nazi, he doesn't say German, he doesn't say Holocaust. I'm wondering, like, what was behind that. That was really weird.
I'm guessing it's gotta be, because so many people served, that's gotta be one of the things that people are like, we don't want to talk about it straight up, right?
Yeah, or maybe there was just a sensitivity to a peace treaty just being struck and not wanting to, like, rub Germany's nose in it or something.
So, could have been
this is a movie about anti-Semitism. You would think that
the Holocaust would... And here, like...
The Holocaust, though, if you think about it, there's not a ton of movies...
Evidence.
JT, you were making a joke.
Yeah, that was Holocaust happened, and it's super bummer. Almost 1 million Jews died. Over 6 million. Over 6 million.
JT.
Dude, I worked with a Holocaust denier.
You did?
And he let it slip subtly one day when he said blah, blah, blah. And he said something like, yeah, in World War II, and, hundreds of thousands of people died. And I was like, actually, 6 million Jews died in the Holocaust. I was like, just Jews.
Yeah.
And he goes, well... And I was like 21. It was at 7th Flag Coffee. His name's Tyler Cutbirth, Holocaust denier. Bert, dude, you got doxxed, Tyler Cutbirth. You denied the Holocaust in front of me.
Anyway, I don't think a movie really... I mean, I'm sure there were documentaries and movies about it, but, like, it did take until freaking Schindler's List for anybody to make a movie about the dang Holocaust, like about like showing it. Not until Schindler's List, there were other movies, but you know what I mean? Like, it just feels like nobody wanted to talk about it for decades.
Man, and it's funny because this is a movie that's talking about the thing that no one wants to talk about, anti-Semitism.
Staring it dead in the face except for the one thing.
Yeah, except for the... Jewish people have faced a lot of troubles in their life, but I'm going to say the Holocaust was the worst by a lot.
I know, there's this...
A third of the Jews in the world died.
I'll give the movie this. Because it's about what the Jews are facing in America in 1947. And maybe wanted to keep the focus on that and not make it a convenient, like, oh yeah, that's the thing Nazis did. What they're showing is, like, he didn't even know, like, he started pretending to be Jewish and he already immediately got, like, shit for where he worked and where he lived, and his kid got shit at school. Mm-hmm. And this, I think the point of the movie was, this is America. Like, this is America.
Yeah, okay. The Jews and stuff.
Yeah.
Be respectful. Yeah,
I think
America.
That's very good.
That's very good.
Karaoke. Yeah, so I think maybe that's the point of it. But this is what I'll give the movie, even though it does have the problematic-ish kind of like main fish out of water protagonist. They could have just had a Jewish writer. They were not unheard of in the 40s. I mean, seriously, most good writers at that time were getting published. Mm-hmm. You know, it wouldn't be hard. They could have had just a Jewish main character and then have him fly in from California to New York and be like, oh, well, in California things aren't so bad, but here I'm really getting the anti-Semitism in a new way. It could have been fine. You didn't have to do this fake Jew.
I think another level to it was we don't trust a Jew to tell us about Jewish shit.
Well,
and so I think a big part of it was like...
Because the people who made the movie were Jewish. So, like, maybe the thinking was this will... It's just like they do when they put a white protagonist into a story about black people's struggles. Mm-hmm. It's like, well, we got to have a white main character, or people want to go see it, or listen to it, or
and not well. So I'm guessing in the 40s, right? If a Jewish person was like, "Hey, I face a lot of troubles because I'm a Jew," an American go, "Well, yeah, it's not the Holocaust here, right? Yeah, I'm sure being Jewish is hard. You know what I mean?"
Oh, and somebody call you a name?
Yeah.
It's like, no. It's a little harder than that.
Man, I feel like this is a way smarter movie than I expected it to be.
Me too. At first I was like kind of rolling my eyes at it, but now I'm like, I actually learned a lot about how bad things were for Jewish people, and we don't talk about that. Like, that's not one of the. Obviously, we are pretty well educated on, or we are attempted to be pretty well educated on the travails that African Americans have faced in the country. I think we all hear the stories about how Italians and Irish people were prejudiced against.
Yeah. Those are the funny ones, and then the Chinese had it really bad.
And the Chinese had it really bad. We learned, and the Hispanics, and the Cesar Chavez and all that. Mm-hmm. We learn a lot about the different forms of prejudice that America like exhibited, and then either ameliorated or is still struggling to. Don't hear a damn thing about like. Maybe that's just a blind spot for me, but I had no idea that there were that many laws.
Maybe you need a few more David Goldsman in your life.
Maybe I do. Mm-hmm. I honestly, maybe that's it.
Well, here's the thing when they were like...
white Christian bitch who grew up in a country club household where maybe the Jews were excluded, and that's why I didn't have any fans.
So there's a part of this, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember what I was going to say. It sounded smart in my mind.
I'm sure.
Oh, in my mind, it was...
Yeah, I could see the sparkles.
Yeah, it could have been published.
I just talked too long. I made the sparkles die. Sorry.
Hey, that's how I feel every time I talk to anyone. I talked too long. I made the sparkles die.
I thought his Kathy with the good hair, had some really good points for a while about how shitty it was that he was doing this, and like you can drop the act. You don't have to be so self-righteous. I was with her on that. Like, I get what you're doing for your article, but, like, you're doing it a little too hard, and it's getting creepy. But then, of course, she fell into a trap at the end and became, like, I'm just one person. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah, because like what she was saying was kind of true, right? And it's our genuine response to like, hey, dude, this isn't about you. It was based in this it was based in this like unrecognizable white supremacy. Like, like it's not white supremacy that's outright. It's like this is ingrained, learned white supremacy that she's going, oh, the easiest thing for me to do is to pacify and to chill out.
It's the silence that helps. And then of course there's the one big move she makes that I think we both were like, oh, when his kid gets beat up for being Jewish, and she comes in, her immediate first response, give him a hug and say, it's okay, you're not. And we were both like, oh, lame. Kathy, Kathy. And he to his credit also saw that in his new like Wokosaurus Rex moment
And he kind of encouraged his kid to keep pretending to be Jewish, and his kid, out of like that sense of justice, was like, "No, they're cowards. They ran. I'll fight."
Yeah.
He was like, "No, I'm a fearless Jewish kid. You know what I mean? They ran. I'll fucking bust them."
Yeah. So if you can totally. If you can walk past Gregory Peck just pretending to be Jewish for 8 weeks for a story.
Yeah, he's your friend on Facebook.
Yeah. If you can walk past that, this movie is like honestly a great educational seminar on privilege and racism.
Yeah, I think it
holds up super duper well.
How scary is it that in 1947 these lessons are like best picture?
Yeah,
pretty easily laid out of like, hey, racism is also and just as equally a part of like active hatred. This part of racism, silence, is just, and we're still doing the same thing. We're still like finding nuanced ways to say this and nuanced ways to teach this lesson, which is, hey, anything that isn't actively fighting white supremacy is probably embedded with racism.
Exactly. And we like literally forgot or stopped talking about that for 60 years.
Until you and I watch this movie again.
70 years.
We gotta show this movie.
No, I do feel like that these topics only started to resurface online kind of during the Obama administration and then like in force during the 2016 election. So I think you can pretty much say for 70 years these perfectly clearly articulated best picture winner ideas were laid out and ignored.
Yeah.
Forgotten or something.
I feel like this is the type of like his whole like, do you see how it's different even if you don't believe them? Do you see how I need numbers to show you it's different for Jewish people?
This is Black Lives Matter. This is Me Too. This is, it's all of that. Like,
and that's why
people.
I think he had to not be a Jew in order to make this movie as good as it was. Because if it was a Jewish guy, everyone in 47 would have just been like, oh, that Jew complaining about Jew shit. But now it's like a white guy saying, no, this Jew shit, these complaints are legit. I'm white, I can guarantee. You know what I mean?
It sucks that it takes privilege to legitimize voices, but I guess I see that. I mean, like, I guess that is just sort of what had to happen.
Yeah. I mean, it's just
Good
like...
movie.
Yeah. It's just like white girls. White chicks. It's just like white chicks. Which is actually about reverse racism.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. And Joanna Man's about trans issues. But, so...
What is?
Nothing. We're not going to...
I thought you said Jumanji.
I'm not going to talk about Joanna Man.
I don't know what Joanna Man is.
It's a movie that's in which a male basketball player dresses up like a woman to play in the WNBA because he gets cut in the NBA.
Nice.
It's a comedy.
Mrs. Doubtfire, Tootsie.
Joanna Man.
Joanna Man.
Yeah.
Joanna Man? I get it.
Get it?
I get it.
Yeah, you get
it. And
honestly,
honestly, can that be our next one?
Didn't win Best Picture somehow?
Shocking.
I mean, the Academy's clearly racist.
Do you want a good movie?
I think this movie was... I'm not gonna like recommend it to all of my friends tomorrow because like it's definitely take some medicine with your sugar kind of movie. It's a bit of a lecture.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good movie.
I think so. I think not only is it a good movie, I'm probably going to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
I'm probably going to go home and think about this more. And now I'm going to compare it to other movies that deal with race.
Yeah.
Because I'm wondering, I don't think this is like a standard on dealing with race, but in 1947, Best Picture, this clearly proves, hey, this was an appropriate and tactful way to deal with race and communicate it to the masses wisely.
Yes.
And I'm wondering, how much of this are we still using? And how much are movies are still kind of like this?
How much are we still covering the same ground? How much are we making mistakes that this movie like was screaming to correct?
Yeah.
JT, thank you so much for...
Thank you, Karina. This was a good
being
movie.
on the podcast. Do you have anything you want to tell people about?
Man, watch this movie. You gotta fight
about
racism
yourself.
with
I'm
action.
giving you a chance to plug.
Oh.
You're gonna plug fighting racism.
No, fuck that. My Instagram's eating booty taking names. My Twitter's JT Smelly. Also do the other stuff, right? Bust heads for sure. If you can bust a fascist, but don't just make a movie about it. I'll watch it gladly.
We are now energized and radicalized, and we're going to go out in the streets with some baseball bats and some brass knuckles.
Yeah, Karina and I are about to go Antifa some suspected Nazis, right? We're going to go door to door, and we're like, yo, you Nazi?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. We're going to go do some prejudicial beatings on Germans, which is not at all ironic. Great. Let's see you guys next week. Oh, by the way, happy Academy Awards. I hope you enjoy whoever wins, because this is airing, or this is current during the week of the 91st Academy Awards. So I'm going to see what movie I have to put on the list out of this crop. I was hoping it's Black Panther, but I would be also cool. Yeah, Black Panther got nominated. You didn't know this?
I saw that movie.
Yeah, Black Panther's nominated for Best Picture.
Oh, really? Were movies bad this year?
No, there was 10 nominees. They did the new thing where there's 10 nominees.
Okay. Were just all movies worse than that?
I also hope The Favorite wins because I love that movie and I definitely want to watch it again. But Black Klansman would be great. I mean, there's a lot of good ones.
Black Klansman was okay. I liked, what was the other one? Sorry to Bother You?
Sorry to Bother You was awesome.
That was really good.
It was really good, but it wasn't nominated. So I hope your favorite wins so that you can hear me not like it. Because I don't like anything on this podcast. But I like this movie.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I said enough. Follow us, love us, make love to us. Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Let's have an awkward... Okay.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.